hello and welcome. And today we came again with this book, Where on Earth. And yes, in the part one of this video, we talk about this rivers, mountains, and tectonic plates, and oceans, current, and volcanoes. And those are very interesting. So I got a very good response out of it. So now we are moving to our second part of this video. In this video, we will talk about that. Craters and meteorites, hot and cold, rain and snow, hurricanes, biomass, and let's see how much we can do in this video. So we try to give you an overview of here. So keep patience and let's start it. So first, as you see, it is shown here that in many times meteorites fall on Earth, and there are lots of meteorites around the Earth, all around the spaces. Most of the time it's empty. So yes, let's read what is written here. Impact craters. Before that, we're gonna start from this. Okay, Earth would be prepared with craters like the moon if it were not for wind, water, and Earth's moving crust covering them up or wearing them away. More craters can be seen in old, quiet parts on Earth's crust, such as in Canada and Australia. Okay, so the largest known impact craters by diameters in kilometers. Here you see this is the largest one, around in 100 to 300 kilometers. Wow. Impact of crater. The largest object that hit Earth, asteroids and comet can make such a violent impact that they are destroyed. A crater is left behind through, although over millions of years it can be buried, worn away, and destroyed by the Earth crust moving. On the map are all the largest craters scientists known about. This is Eagle Butter, Carswell, Strain River, Nicholson, Deep Bay, Clearwaters, East and West in Canada. All are in Canada. Then Loa in Manson. These are the known big craters. So you see, pretty interesting. Now, meteorites are objects left over after a small body or meteorites hit Earth. Sometimes incoming objects are spotted falling as shooting stars or meteorites. So when someone finds the fallen meteorites, it is recorded as a meteorites fall. Just over 1,000 falls have happened since 1950, and meteorites fall in 2003 to 12. Here it is the information given. Okay, and what else? Yes, we can see different kinds of colors, and here are the colors are like 8 to 10 kilometers, 10 to 12 kilometers, and so on and so forth. So yes, this is the hottest place. Actually, how they measure this, how they color this place. So here they says that this map was made by calculating average temperature throughout the day and night over a whole year. It averaged out the huge difference in temperature that can occur in some locations either in single day or between the season. You can see clearly that the hottest zone on the average are hot those around the equator, and the zone that get cooler than nearly they get to the polar region. So this is the equator, and you see this is the most hottest place ever. And as you see, this Egypt, Luxor is the hottest and driest desert climate, and around 41 degrees Celsius of temperature at maximum temperature at a day and night is 22. As well as Singapore, you see this is also the same, around 31. So, and when you go on the polar region, you will see more cold places, right? So there you'll see snows and all, but nowadays because due to global warming and they are increasing the temperature. And yes, okay, so in 1924 the Australian town of Marble Bar reached around 37.8 degrees Celsius or above, for the 60 days in a row. Wow. A few more interesting facts, like, okay, blazing summer and freezing winter. In the middle of large continent, it is often hot in summer and very cold in winter. In coastal areas, warm or cold winds and current carry by the sea moderate temperatures. Without with this balance, inland areas can become extremely hot or cold. So Verkhoyansk, Russia. Wow, what a name! Verkhoyansk, the world's biggest seasonal temperature difference are found in this place. So the highest temperature ever recorded was around 39 degree and the lowest temperature around minus 67 degree. Oh my god. You will freeze. So a region's highest ever temperature was 109 degree Fahrenheit, around 43 degree, and the lowest is minus 50 degree. So Canada. So you see Canada and Russia are both places. You see the difference, huge differences. This is a cold mountain. The higher up you are, the lower air pressures and the temperature, and mountain range is much cooler than the land that surrounded it. Okay, that interesting. So Sagan, Canada, the recorded temperature is around minus 63 degree to make it the coldest sites in the North America. And Furnace Creek, California, the world's highest ever air temperature was around 56.7 degree and was recorded here in 1913. And Mexico, Cuba, Ubad or Oregon, whatever, recorded temperature around 53 degree. Okay, you know it. I am not that good in pronouncing. So what actually we see the diversity of a temperature in near the equator. So the sunlight, it depends on the sunlight. So where we have a straight the sunlight coming, this place is going to be more hot, and when it's slight, and then it's become colder area. And yes, this is by the using of temperature. So hot and cold, whenever someone is hot or cold, is mainly to do with how close it is to the equator, but other factors such as ocean current and altitude, the height, and are also important, right? That is also, so many factors that depend, but average, you see, this is the earth and there is the the average temperature of the earth. Now let's move on to the rain and snow. So where and how much rain and snow drop. And so let's see here. So rainfall vary dramatically from place to place, and torrential rain drench Southern Asia during the monsoon season, but some deserts region leave heavy, virtually no rain at all. Near the poles, very little snow falls, but the snow really melt. So some land is permanently under a layer of ice found. So in 117 5,000 millimeter of rain may fall in one place during Indian's monsoon season. So India play a very big role in Asia while this rain and all kind. So heaviest rainfall in on 1 month and 1 year. And Cherrapunji. I think it's in Cherrapunji is Nagaland, maybe. It's in India. Arabian Peninsula, as in the Sahara, there is a very little range of in this largely desert region. So this one is a desert. So you see, the more whiter place is the less water it have, less rain and all. So this place are very rainy place. And what we see here, and this is where the Indian's oceans, and most of the rain is happen due to this mountain. So you have cloud stuck there, and Cherrapunji is the highest rain recorded, so heaviest rainfall in 1 month and 1 year. So heaviest rainfall also is in 24 hours is in Rangoon, Reunion during tropical cyclone density. So Reunion, okay, fine. Monsoon extreme. So the dry season, Chittagong in Bangladesh has almost no rain, but its monsoon rains are torrential. Pairs and France has more even monthly rainfall. So this is where the Chittagong and Paris, you see the chart is given in a year of how much rain it's have, and that's interesting, quite interesting. Austria, this is the driest inhabited continent, driest, hardly any water, and driest place on the earth, 0 millimeter of yearly average rainfall. Antarctica's dry valley, which are free of snow and ice. Wow, that's interesting. New Zealand rainfall is fairly high and in spread evenly throughout the year. So, okay, so this is how, I mean, that also depend on the monsoon and the current ocean currents and the air flow. All it's depend on the season. Snowiest place and